This is Date with the Divas. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're returning, well, thanks for hanging in there and dealing with our shenanigans. As always, we have some hot topics to discuss with you. If you haven't subscribed, please click on that subscribe button and don't forget to like our videos. Also, click that bell for instant notifications of our newest, latest, and greatest videos. Now grab your beverage of choice. Today I'm drinking matcha because I got a headache, y'all. But we will continue this with Marnita. Help us out.
All right, y'all, we're going to get into some hot topics that happened over the past weekend and over the week. So y'all ready?
Yes, yes.
All right, let's get into it. The sources for my first two stories are TMZ and Hollywood Unlocked, and also Fox Soul Instagram. So the Lovers and Friends Festival took place over the past weekend in Las Vegas. It is a festival thrown and headlined by Usher Raymond. And amongst all the star-studded guests, Chris Brown was one of the performers. In addition to being one of the performers, it was Chris Brown's birthday weekend. And so Usher threw him a party at Skate Rock City Roller Rink in Las Vegas to celebrate his 34th birthday. It was a celebrity-filled bash. Everything was going well. Usher was even singing happy birthday to Chris. We got a picture of them in front of the cake with Usher singing. But later on, things took a turn. According to TMZ.com, Chris Brown was trying to talk to Teyana Taylor, who was also one of the guests. She was ignoring him. There's a picture of her just there on her phone with some of her friends around, seems like. When she started ignoring him, reports said that Chris Brown started yelling at her. There were some reports that he was calling her bitches. Usher skated on by and was like, yo, man, be cool. You know, don't talk to the lady like that. They got in a little argument. I don't know if those were Usher's actual words. I just added that.
I was going to ask you. Come on,
but, you know, that's, you know, I think Usher told him to be cool, you know. Chris Brown and his crew wasn't having it. They decided to leave. Usher took off his skates, went outside. So this is where it gets a little sketchy because there's no video, there's no real eyewitnesses accounts, there's no pictures, but sources say that the group went behind some tour buses. Usher followed them and came back with a bloody nose. However, both of them performed as scheduled at the festival the next day. Usher was taking some backstage video with his phone up close. People say it didn't seem like he had any scars on his face, but you know, maybe that healed up. So while at the festival, there's also another video of Chris Brown backstage. It's a very short video. There's a lot of commotion going on, people pushing, and you just hear Chris Brown saying, okay, I got it, I got it. So that video went viral and people were like, oh, Chris Brown's involved in another altercation. But Chris Brown did put out a statement about this. And I think we have a picture of the statement where he said, y'all been geeked all weekend. Y'all dragging it now. It was mad people backstage and security was trying to clear everyone off the stage. People started pushing back and I intervened to let them know my child was back there. So y'all can keep your narrative. So, ladies, we've talked about Chris Brown before and his temper. But one person that came to Chris Brown's defense was Lisa Ray of Fox Soul's Cocktails with Queens. My bad.
The Brat sister?
Say what?
Yeah. The Brat sister?
The Brat sister, yes. So she was on her show Cocktails with Queens, and they were talking about the altercation, the alleged altercation between Chris Brown and Usher. And she said, you know, I don't like that everybody assumes that Chris Brown was in the wrong, because she said that it's very similar when she's in any situation that people think she's in the wrong.
Artrice is going to be like, why we defending?
I like it as
so, you know, like I said, we've talked about Chris Brown a little bit before, but do you guys agree with Lisa Ray a little bit that maybe she meant like everyone, the majority, the masses, shouldn't jump to the conclusion that Chris Brown is in the wrong? Or do you think Chris Brown just needs to kind of clean up his act? Like, if you always in something, maybe it's you.
Well, I can say yes, we shouldn't jump to conclusions, but at the same time, when one person is constantly in the melee, then you start to say, well, look at the common denominator, and then there you go. So I won't say yes, no, he's definitely doing whatever, like with his statement about being behind backstage and all of this. Like, I don't know, but again, all I keep saying is let's look at the common denominator.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. Let's not jump to conclusions, but the small video, at this, it's not inside the skating rink, definitely shows he was heated for sure, and I do hope he really did not hit his friend Usher, backstage. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
I'm glad that they were both able to be professional, continue performing the next day, but like, dude, he might really have an anger problem. I mean, I know he's allegedly, maybe went to some classes and, got it worked out, but that's always a process too. You know what I mean? Like, when you have a short fuse, it's always a process to make sure.
And it's a continuous process,
Right.
that you got to work through.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
My concern now is he was talking to Teyana Taylor, and they say that she was ignoring him. One, she wouldn't have been at his birthday party if she didn't have some sort of relationship with him. That's number one. Two, it could be that she was on a business call or, working on some business thing that she, had to get that done at that particular time. And because I don't see how she would come to his event celebrating him and totally ignore him for no reason.
Well, from what I had heard in the YouTube streets, so it's all alleged, Brown and Teyana Taylor were really good friends. Apparently, she even got into it with Rihanna, trying to defend Chris Brown back in the day. I didn't know about that. But apparently, there was some Michael Jackson tribute that he was supposed to be a part of, and she was a part of the performance, and she pulled out at the last minute for reasons unknown. And so when she pulled out, they dropped Chris Brown. And apparently he's been upset with her. And this was their first, I guess, interaction. His first opportunity.
So the venue dropped Chris Brown because Teyana decided not to?
It was the awards show. It was the...
How many years ago was that?
I don't know.
No, this was recently. This was this year.
The bigger...
Apparently he blamed her for whatever happened. She pulled out. And then when she pulled out, he got dropped. Who knows if they dropped him because she pulled out?
Right.
But in his mind, that's why they dropped him. And so he was upset with her that he lost that opportunity. And I think maybe he was confronting her about that.
I know I forget what award show it was, but it was this year. He was supposed to do a show. I didn't realize Teyana Taylor was supposed to be involved. It was supposed to be like him and Sierra. And I want to say it might have been American Music Awards. I think it was American Music Awards. And they basically pulled it. The excuse that the network gave was like, oh, this wasn't given to execs until like right before. And they didn't want Chris Brown because of his past.
Okay.
They didn't want him to do that. So they were like, oh, maybe you could show up in a different way. So maybe he was upset with her about that. Maybe she didn't realize it.
Because I started to think, maybe, and again, who knows? Maybe the story is, with respect to Chris Brown's background and what he's done or what have you. Because, not to be rude, the level between the two celebrities, I don't believe, to me, is at the same for them to say, or at least that Teyana's that much more for them to be like, we're not, that's why I kind of like, maybe it's more so the background of Chris Brown and what's happening.
Yeah, I think maybe he, in his mind, thinks that was the reason. It doesn't want to face that people just don't want to work with you, maybe.
Right. Or maybe he thought that she could have changed someone's mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was a part of that. And maybe she didn't know, because to your point, Lavelle, I didn't even think about that. Like, okay, if you don't mess with this person, why are you gonna go to his birthday party? But maybe she didn't know that he was carrying this resentment, and maybe he didn't come to her correct at all.
He might have been a few drinks in,
Yeah. Oh, of course.
and he brought it up and he didn't like her response, and he's crazy. We have to admit at this point that Chris Brown is crazy.
Right. And I think she did the right thing by just ignoring him.
He has no ability to control himself. This is a dangerous man.
Go ahead, Michelle.
I just want to say that even if she was ignoring him, maybe, because of his apparent anger management issues, that's the best way to handle that, because you just disengage from someone. Like Antrice just said, he's crazy.
Right.
So that's like trying to rationalize with an irrational person. No matter what you say, nothing is going to come across. So rather than engage in that confrontation, the best thing for her really is to step back, especially if it's true that he punched his friend Usher. Who knows what he's gonna do to you? If you just because someone's ignoring you doesn't give them the right to be belligerent.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, if they don't want to talk to you, just walk away. Go ahead, Lavelle.
Like, what woman would engage Chris Brown when he's losing his temper?
Right.
At this point,
Absolutely.
I think Teyana Taylor is smarter than that.
His baby mamas would engage, apparently. I'm kidding.
Well, at least he ain't got 9 or 10 of them. Well, viewers, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lavelle.
No. I'm just chuckling.
Okay. Well, viewers, go ahead and drop it down in them comments. Let us know. Do you think Chris Brown has an anger problem? Do you see Lisa Ray's point? Was anybody there? Y'all got the scoop? Like, did he really punch Usher? Come on, let the divas know what's going on. Drop down in the comments and let us know what's going on. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's been in our comments, in our Facebook comments. Thank y'all for showing us love. All right, we're gonna move on, but not too far. We're just gonna graze over some of the other notable moments of the Lovers and Friends Festival. Alicia, can you fire up that picture of Mr. Genuine? So I don't know if y'all saw this, but Genuine was on stage. He's trying to jump from the main stage to this little box that the interpreter is on. Your boy fell, damn near took the interpreter out.
Oh no!
What do y'all think about Genuine? Do he need to stop getting up here trying to dance? Can you just sit on the pony and sing? What do y'all think?
Okay, exactly. Stop riding the pony. Just sit on it and chill. How about you, Mosey?
Yeah.
Yes, know your limits, please. He's like, an older woman trying to like get her groove back. It's like, Genuine, please stop.
Don't be a mature older man jumping off the stage.
Right. He about to break his hip in a minute. He needs to stop.
He's still a handsome guy. You ain't got to do much. Just sing the song. Just sing the song. We'll be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna move on to the Brat. The Brat was on stage showing off her baby bump in a customized Bulls jersey. So let's bring back a little Divas fashion police. Divine or disaster? Are y'all feeling it?
Disaster.
Disaster.
Looks deranged.
It's like a bullseye. Like, why did you do that?
Maybe that's the look she was going for. It does say Bulls.
She looks crazy.
Yeah.
It says bull, and the belly looks like an eye.
It was a bold choice, I could have went for like a baseball jersey unbuttoned in the front or something.
That's too funny.
Like a bodycon type of look.
You know what, guys? Y'all are saying things that are too feminine for her. She likes, that's the way she the baggy.
But do men walk around like that with their belly button in the middle of their jersey?
But the men are not delivering life.
Right.
It's her marriage.
Pick a lane, Belle. Pick a lane.
Right. Thank you. I'm telling Antrice about defending the man. You defending the women. Like, come on, man.
I like, sometimes she's bold, so that would be a little bold. First baby, she can do whatever she wants. A first baby.
Did I hear Nicole say
There's still
something?
fashion police when you pregnant. I'm sorry.
She never dresses any other kind of way. I don't think
That's true.
Style.
But that's
And-
why I said like something buttoned down, but then open. I think it's just the hole in the jersey for me.
The point of that was her belly was the basketball.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, Nicole.
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Slam
You think
dunk.
it's cuter now? Now with
it
the
has to come with instructions. It's not hitting.
I didn't need instructions.
Okay,
Somebody
it's
to
art.
broaden your horizons, broaden your minds.
It's interpretive. Okay, and last one. We have Big Sean. He came out on stage with his girl, his lady, Jhene Aiko. They had a baby earlier this year.
Oh, they did.
And yeah, they had a little boy. Sorry, I don't have the name before anybody asked.
It took her so much to get up on this stage because she's so hands-on with him. She's so nurturing, breastfeeding every, tit breastfeeding, not just pumping. Like, she really nurtures and takes care of this baby, and it took a lot for her to get up on stage today. So I appreciate all the love you guys are showing her. And shout out to all the mamas out there really doing their thing too, cause I don't know how y'all do it, man. But Jhene, I love you. Great show. Good job. Keep it going.
Okay, there. So we see that Big Sean was out there giving his wife some props for being a good
Oh, they got
mother.
married?
I'm sorry. Did I say wife? I
yeah.
don't think they did.
No.
My bad. His lady. His lady. I don't think they are married. Giving her props for being such a good mother, a nurturing mother. I think that was a sweet moment. What y'all think of it?
Did
It
he
was nice.
did he
Because
say tit?
Thank you. He got a little dick
I-
glacé
He
right
did.
there.
He did. Mm-hmm.
He wanted you to know that she was really breastfeeding rather than pumping.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Breastfeeding from the
both
tit.
hurt, right?
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah.
Yes, he was like, she breastfeeds, she really breastfeeds from the tit.
Yeah, she's not just pumping.
I didn't think it was that sweet. Something about it was gross.
It was a little dick glacé to me.
Is it because he said
like,
tit?
like pat on the head, like condescension to
Did he
me.
smack her booty? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, at the end, right? He
Yeah,
like
he did.
smacked her in the
I
back.
actually didn't see that until right now. The clips I saw
And he
earlier,
was
I didn't see
I
that.
kind of feel like I'm pleased. You did like, hey, good
Yeah,
job.
good job, little girl.
Nicole?
He was also saying something about women that could not breastfeed. She's really doing it. know, she-
Mm. I didn't even look at it that way because yes, some women do have problems, and that's not.
Or
in
some women
their-
just don't feel like
know,
it. And
yeah.
is that okay, little Sean?
Right. I for me, I could see where his heart was in the good place of trying to just appreciate her. But that was one of those moments, like you said, to where he put his foot in his mouth a little bit, you know,
Right.
excluding those who do need a pump, you know.
Right.
Like she has millions of dollars. She got time all day to sit around at home and breastfeed. Okay. Like, you
I
know.
thought the including of the
Right.
breastfeeding was a little weird. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
but she feeds her child.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but
That's what I'm saying too. Big deal. That's what you're supposed to do.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Whether it's from the breast or the bottle or whatever, you make sure the baby has food.
I think you ought to breastfeed if you can,
Mhm.
but you don't put people down because they don't.
Mhm.
Right,
Well,
right.
like Alicia said, I give it to him for in his own way. He's trying to big up her, and give it.
Yeah.
But he needed to put a little bit more thought into what he wanted to say, I think.
But I think it's also like I've said before, it's like he probably just came out there and was like, oh yeah, let me do this sweet thing. And then, like you said, he kind of was like, I don't even know what to say. Cause when he was stumbling over it, like, yeah, she breastfeeds, y'all. Like it's just been like, hey, she's a good mom. She's really hands-on. It was really hard for her to leave our son and come
Yeah.
out here. So thank y'all. Happy early Mother's Day.
Keep all of that and put a ring on it. How about that? She didn't look like she was that, swept away by the words. So if you look at her nonverbals, just like, okay, where's the ring?
She like, get off my stage.
Where's
It's
the
my
ring,
time.
Papa?
But On a good note, she did look cute though. I loved her outfit.
That was cute.
Always. She
She
always
looked cute.
looks
Yeah.
amazing. I
She
love
did
her.
look cute because I was really scoping that top. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
reminded me of Kim Kardashian's strings of pearls from
Okay,
the
stop.
Met Gala. Just the way it fell. I was like, oh,
Yes, no,
okay.
I get you.
I can't tell if you was throwing shade to Kim or all right, y'all. Well, that was just a little fun look at Lovers and Friends Festival. Now, let me know, y'all going 10 next year?
I didn't
Yes,
even
y'all
know it was
divas. Well, viewers, you let us know if you planning on attending the Lovers and Friends Festival next year, or if you attended this year, let us know how it was and let us know what we missed out on. Okay. Y'all ready to get into the real mess?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay. Let's take a trip down to Bravo land, because you know we had to talk about Kim Zolciak and Kroy Bierman.
Oh yes.
They
that's
are
right.
going through a divorce. They are hit with tax liens. This is a mess. So
She's
let me give
party
y'all,
to the tax party.
yes. Let me give y'all a little bit of history, because I know not everybody on here is a Housewives of Atlanta fan. I won't name no names, but Kim Zolciak is a former housewife of Atlanta. When she started on Housewives of Atlanta, she had 2 children, Brielle, who is now 26, and Ariana, who is now 21. Kroy Bierman, her husband, her soon-to-be ex-husband, is an ex-Atlanta Falcon. They actually met while she was filming The Housewives of Atlanta, and they were married in 2011. The pair share 4 kids together: Kroy Jr., Cash, Kaya, and Kane. I did not realize they had 4 children together.
Didn't she adopt like some of his kids? or
No,
something?
No.
No, he didn't have any kids.
She had 2 and then a set of twins.
Joe, he adopted her kids.
Oh, it's the other way around.
Right,
Okay,
right,
okay,
yeah.
my
Because
bad.
he's younger, so I think he came in no kids, no marriage, no
Okay,
previous
yes.
marriage, no anything, if I
That's
remember
correct.
correctly. The 2 had 2 spinoff shows: Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding, which chronicled their wedding, and Don't Be Tardy, which was their reality show that ran from 2012 to 2020. I didn't realize it ran that long.
Mm.
So let's get into the mess here a little bit. So both of them filed separate marriage petitions. Time out. Let me give you my sources. My sources are lovebscott.com, imdb.com, tmz.com, and people.com. Time back in. All right. So both of them filed separate marriage petitions on the grounds that their marriage was irretrievably broken. Irretrievably broken. I've been practicing saying that, y'all.
Broken.
Yes. So Kroy is seeking primary and sole Kroy is seeking sole, temporary, and permanent custody of all 4 of their minor children. That's Kroy Jr., Cash, Kaya, and Kane. He's also seeking child support. What's her name? Kim is, thank you. Kim is seeking primary custody of the children and child support. So they're both kind of fighting over the children, but Kroy wants them to himself. The stepdaughters, Ariana and Brielle, they still plan to keep in contact with Kroy. They say they have no beef with them. So the couple is still living in the house that they share. They're just, not together. But that house went into foreclosure earlier this year, and it was almost put on the auction block, but it was saved last minute. So they still live in the home. They've been hit with a $1.1 million tax lien by the IRS. So they owe taxes going back to 2013. So Bethany Frankel, she is also a Bravo celebrity. She's a former Real Housewife of New York. She's had her own talk show. She's got her own spirits company. She went on TikTok kind of rampage. She posted 2 TikTok videos, and I'm just going to paraphrase what she said. She said that Kim and Kroy were basically spending more money than they had. And she said that this was a problem with a lot of housewives. Everybody's spending more money than they have just to appear like more than they are on TV. And she said, not only is this a problem with housewives, this is a problem with Americans. Bethany said, pay your fucking bills to Kim and Kroy. And she said, you guys invited us into your lives, so you cannot ask for privacy now. So what do you guys think about Bethany's comments towards them? Do you think that
financial problems at once or something like this? No. Okay.
Bethany's an active housewife, I think.
She even talked about how she had IKEA furniture when she was first a housewife. She was like, I didn't have it. I wasn't acting like I had it. She said, I had IKEA furniture, you know.
Bethany never faked the funk.
Okay.
Never.
I didn't watch her, but.
Nope, never did. You were right, Andres.
Okay. So do y'all agree with her that do these housewives be out here faking the funk? Do they need to slow down? And once they invite us into their lives, are they an open book, or do they have the right to kind of be like, oh no, we need our privacy now? What are your thoughts, Divas?
Well, in my opinion, a couple of things. In my romance novel, one of these that I read, the show actually gave them a place to live and gave them all the hooplas and whatever. So y'all Bravo people, maybe y'all need to rethink your contracts. That's one thing. But with this, and this is what I feel like with celebrities in general, you know, it's a catch-22. You know, you want us there when it's all hunky-dory and to show us all this stuff, and then all of a sudden when we already in there, then something happens and now you want to shut the door. You got to pick a lane.
Exactly.
For me, that part, I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, you got to pick a lane. And it could probably depend on the amount of information you want to put out there, but you got to put it out there. That's just for me. And yes, I do believe that a lot of these, not just housewives, but a lot of the shows that show all this opulence and stuff like this, I do believe that they like putting up that front to be like, look, I'm bigger and badder than the next one out there. And maybe that's what we want to see too. Who knows? That's just my piece.
Yep, I agree. That's why so many of them be going to jail later on. Like, you famous now, why you going to jail, you know? But does her second comment about, you know, well, you know, once you're out there, but like, they weren't really filming a reality show at the moment, right? Like they weren't doing anything in the public eye for the last few years, right?
That's because the show got canceled, though.
Oh, okay.
I think what Bethany was trying to say was, you invited us in when it was a fairy tale.
Oh, okay.
You convinced us that you had this perfect life with this man, and now that it's all fallen apart, you want privacy. She's like, you're not getting privacy. Like we're in it now.
And didn't she like say at one point, when with the whole house being foreclosed or whatever, oh no, this is not true and blah blah blah, she put out this whole statement or something, and now, well,
now here it is.
Do couples really get divorced over financial issues? Like, do you guys think that's what it was? It was the strain of the financial stuff?
Well, isn't financials one of the main causes of divorce, right?
That's what
But what if they're getting divorced just to trick their IRS so they won't have to owe together, maybe?
That doesn't matter.
That trick, the IRS care.
Okay.
They're like, we still gonna get our money.
Right. Miss Nicole, what were you saying?
They'll get it from whoever they can get it from. If they can't get it from, they'll go after the wife.
Oh, okay.
And Michelle, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that what I have learned, well, when I was also told this and I didn't believe it, but it turns out to be true. Married couple, the top 3 things that they fight about: the kids, finances, and sex. Those are the 3 things that they fight about. And so, finances, especially when you are living the lifestyle that they are living, I can see how that would cause, especially if it's her, or you know, one party more than the other.
Right.
I'd be
And to be fair to Kim, Nicole, because I caught the point you were trying to make. Kroy has not had a job for 10 years, right?
Except for being on Bravo, I believe.
Which is her job.
He was riding him coattails.
She brought him in.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, she didn't have a job before Bravo either. So I mean, they both
well, no,
look,
she
they're
was a-
both reality stars
She
now.
was Big Papa's mistress, Alicia.
And she
Yeah.
was a
That's how she started. Yes.
Wait,
But-
he was a football player, right?
right,
he
but I
was
think
an
he
NFL
did
player
lose
when
his
she
job.
met him.
He lost his job while she was still filming Housewives, because I saw a clip today where she and Kenya got into it, and Kenya
Marlo.
was like, so I saw a clip where Kim and Kenya were arguing, and I don't know what season this was, and Kenya was like, you worried about me, your husband doesn't even have a job. And Kim was like, nah, my husband made this and that, you know, blah blah blah. And you know, people was like, well, how's that working out for you now? So yeah, I was like, he never went back to football after that.
No, he never went back to anything, Marnita. Kim married an NFL player. So, I mean, couldn't you figure something out in the last 10 years? Like
Right.
something?
But you know what
Coach.
though, with the now generation though, being a reality star, that's how some people strive to be, like being an influencer, reality star, getting, you know, deals with different companies and stuff like that, promoting those other companies. I mean, that's a job too. So maybe
But they
that's,
do that, but he wasn't promoting anything. He didn't have an internet.
she wasn't
hustle.
either. Like they're both like, you
No,
know,
but
He
she
was doing
but
that.
to be fair to her, she started out as a reality star. That's who he met and married.
Mhm.
He met and married a reality star, and she kept that going for 8 years of their marriage.
So
She
is that
mar-
her fault
she
or
married
his
an
fault?
NF She
Does it-
married an NFL player who
Mm,
dropped
mhm.
the ball. No pun intended.
Literally.
No pun intended.
Well, you know what though, women do it all the time when they marry up. He married up on the other hand.
How much he makes.
Say
Or
that
how much-
again.
Say it
Miss
again, Nicole.
Say that
I
again.
don't know. We don't know how much he had saved. We can't see inside his wallet. So maybe he didn't need to work at that time.
Oh no,
And
he was only making 500,000. It's public information. That's what he was making when she married him.
I'm not saying what he's making. I said, we don't know what he had.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
All I'm saying is he should
his
have.
job was taking care and supporting Kim.
No, knowing the woman that he married, Kim is a big spender. Anybody who watched the early
Yes.
seasons knows that.
She had the money. to
Once
be-
you lose your NFL contract, at some point you're having 4 kids with this woman. You need to figure something out,
Mm-hmm.
especially when there's bills. They got bills.
But then why is she asking
also
him
need
for
to go
for
and-
spouses for, you know, child care if she wants to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
How's she gonna get money from him?
I don't know.
You got to get a job.
Alicia, maybe she thinks the judge will make him go get a job.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because I'm like, you can't answer that if he ain't got nothing. I can see his case winning. Like he needs spousal support at this point, you know.
Well, that's probably why. Maybe that's strategic too, of why he
Mm.
wants sole custody.
Custody
Yeah.
of the kids.
That part.
Mhm.
So
Right.
And I don't know if you saw Marnita, he wants her to vacate the house.
Yes, yes. I forgot to mention that. He
House
wants
that
her to
you
vacate
can't
the
afford?
house.
Yes.
well,
I was
she-
like, they both need to vacate the house. Like, what is? what is
yeah, that's true.
going on?
That's true. But
Y'all
I could
both
see
need to
her being
vacate.
argumentative in that house all the time because on the Housewives, she's very, you know, so
Mm. Well, this is interesting.
Yes.
I get
They
it.
also
I think
said
we'll
that
be doing another hot topics on this divorce, believe me.
I'm sure.
I also heard that he wants her to maintain all financial records. So I guess
Because
that means
He
that-
wasn't part of destroying it. That's why.
He
Say what?
He wasn't part of putting them in this situation. That's why.
Okay, I
She
was gonna say, I guess he wants her to be financially
accountable.
responsible,
Accountable for what happened. But I mean, come on. You
But
was
it-
there with
He
the
was
girl.
taking those
You was there with-
vacations with her.
Thank
Right.
you. You was there
Right.
too. Come on now.
You was in that house, not saying we need to downsize
Mhm.
or not
that
going back to
part,
the
yeah.
NFL.
He
Maybe
said-
he did. Just go ahead, Nicole.
You people amaze me. You don't know what he said. You don't know. That's why they were fighting.
No,
all the
Nicole,
time.
we created a narrative.
Yeah,
That's what we do here on
that's what we
Divas.
do.
We create it.
He was trying to become a house husband. He wanted his big mama. He's like, thank you, big mama.
Oh, yeah.
He was also.
Okay, Nicole, what's the narrative? Go ahead, you tell us.
I'm just saying the way I see it, and I don't know. But Troy was not out there like she was. He was her little personal assistant. He followed her around, did everything she wanted and needed. He was her support. And
Well, he
was-
needed to support his butt back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Maybe he had enough money to live a decent lifestyle, and he's upset because she did not stay within the coloring lines.
Well, we shall see. There is talk of Kim. I just read before we got on here. I saw it on somebody's Instagram, maybe Hollywood Unlocked, that Kim is in talk to be on the next Ultimate Girls Trip. So maybe we'll learn a little bit about it.
That's why he wanted she gonna be traveling, so he need to take care of those kids and get some money.
That's why
she
she
needs to make some
sole
money.
custody.
She needs to make some money, and somebody needs to make some money so they can pay this $1.1 million tax.
Somebody needs to work.
So yes, y'all, that has been our topics for tonight. Viewers, join in. What y'all think about the Kim and Kroy? What's y'all narrative? Give us your little fantasy. Get them Twitter fingers going and let us know. Please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and tell a friend if you like what we're talking about. Tell them to watch it. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week. Peace.